So this is a video I've been meaning to make for a while. The stuff in the background has nothing to do with it, but I don't know what the traditional points that people celebrate subscribers at. I think 250 was one of them. But I'm at 344 as of making this video. But I figured I'd make a video kind of discussing a little background on myself and then what the future of the channel is, or plans that is. And I figured while I do that, I'd make a cable that I need to make. I sold the first custom-made PowerEdge R720 to Tesla power cable that I made, like, I think within a week. I was kind of surprised. Got a fair price for it, and yeah, so I am going to try to not mess up making this cable and talking about stuff at the same time that isn't related to what I'm doing. So basically my background is mostly self-taught. I don't have too much formal training. I did a little bit of college and stuff, but got bored with that. Growing up, I was into electronics and the discrete component level. Had one of those, gosh, I remember, like 1001 project kits or whatever. Little box with a bunch of components on it, and then little spring terminals that you would send jumper wires on. And I kind of wanted to become a, I don't know, like electronics technician of some sort, maybe circuit design or whatever growing up, but that kind of fell through because the market for that kind of disappeared unless you were like into higher end stuff by the time I was college age. Somehow between there and now, kind of got sucked into the whole computers thing, and I don't know how I feel about that. I like tinkering with stuff, but at the same time I kind of hate computers because it always feels like I'm working on someone else's garbage. Not in the sense of like I'm fixing somebody's broken computer that they messed up, but just in the sense that like a lot of the stuff I have to fix for resale purposes, it's just junk. Like the ThinkPad L460, for example. Those are terrible. I still sell them, but oh man, I hate working on them. It's so hard to get one that's in good shape, and then refurbishing them is just such a pain. But yeah, I don't really have any formal training, and most of what I do is self-taught or kind of copy off of what other people are doing from their tutorials. And I don't know what the future holds for me personally. I'm definitely burned out on the whole eBay thing. I can't stand selling stuff on eBay anymore. It's just a miserable site. Especially with how they've been trying to attack my business. I still don't know what's going on with that. Some of it's algorithms, and some of it I think is actually human intervention, intentionally trying to do harm to my business. But the problem is, you know, good luck proving that. eBay has had their scandals where their, you know, scummy higher-ups decided to harass people for saying things about the company they didn't like, but you know, maybe if somebody doesn't like your company, you should figure out why rather than attacking them. But I don't know, not to get too political, but that seems just to be the way things go these days. If you don't like somebody, it's easier to attack them than address the actual issue. So yeah, I'm trying to do more direct sales. I'm trying to find more wholesalers to deal with directly, since I'm kind of a wholesaler myself, but I don't really want to deal with the end user stuff so much anymore. A lot of my local customers have been really cool. It's just the longer things go, it seems like the more of a pain it is to deal with customers. Alternatively, I hire it out and I find people to manage customer service for me, but the pandemic was pretty damaging to my business, and then yeah, eBay's nonsense. That I don't even know to think about it. I probably lost like $20,000-$30,000 this year just because of eBay, between sales I lost out on, the sales traffic I lost out on, and then just the loss of value of stuff that I couldn't sell while my account was in limbo. Is the right? I gotta make sure I get this right. Yep. Alright. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that whole thing. I'm just really hoping I don't ever have to think about eBay again at some point. As it is anymore, I try not to buy stuff on eBay just because I hate eBay. If I find something I want that somebody's selling, a lot of times I will try to see if I can find their business details, and then just try to see if they are willing to sell directly through like their own website. Yeah, that'll work. Just trying to see if the cable lengths. I'm not 100% sold on that. I think I need to cut them a little better. Oops. I think what I'm going to run it. Yeah, no, it'll fix itself when I wrap it. Just make sure the length. It should be about. Yeah, be about 17.5. So, yeah, I don't know. It'd be kind of nice to be one of those people that retired early too. That's the other thing. I hear a lot about the, I forget what they call it, FIRE movement. Financially independent, retire early. I'm kind of retired as it is. I mean, I don't have to work. I mean, I do if I want to eat, you know, be able to eat and all that, but I don't know. Like the last couple of days, I basically took off. I was doing a garage sale over the weekend, and yeah, it went pretty poorly. Although I sold more stuff at my garage sale than I did on eBay in the same time period, so there is that. But that was kind of disappointing. I'm probably going to be making some more server admin related videos. A lot of the like more advanced topics and stuff, there's more qualified people that are making videos on those. So any of the additional server videos will probably be either like me doing upgrades to my setup, or maybe if I can find some weird thing that nobody's done before, or at least they haven't done it in the particular way that I'm going to do it, I might do some videos on that. Hopefully I will be getting my I guess new rack. I don't know, it's not new, but I'm buying a rack from a friend that should work better for my setup. There's nothing wrong with my rack, but I just kind of wanted to tidy it up, make it a little nicer. Like I really wish I had the Dell cable management arms on my servers right now. I don't pull my servers in and out a lot, but I just want nicer. Also, I have a 3000 VA battery backup I want to use, but I can't use that yet because I have, I guess the proper term would be split phase 240 volt, and I need 208 to use the battery backup I have. I'm not really willing to spend a couple grand on a 3000 VA battery backup that's 240 volt compatible, since I probably don't even need it. At this point, I still haven't even figured out how to connect VMware and TrueNAS and all that to my battery backups. So the time I did lose power, the battery backups basically ran until the batteries died, which kind of sucks for the battery backups, but I don't know. One of those freak accident things where a really bad windstorm took out the power, I guess. But Um, yeah, so that's like the main extent of my server projects is getting the newer, nicer rack. One of the things I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with my new rack yet is it's on wheels, and I don't know, I'm kind of get a little paranoid on that because since there's a lot of farmland and I'm in a rural area, I haven't seen any mice in a while, but I don't want to have to worry about like mice getting in my server rack and crapping on all my stuff and making a nest whenever it gets warm. So that was one of the things I really liked about my current server rack was had no base or wheels on the base. So it just sat directly on the floor, and like the only critters that are going to get in my server rack are bugs. So yeah. As for the future of the channel, I don't really know what the plan is there. Basically, sometime this year I made a goal where I'm going to try to upload a video daily, and for a little bit of time in May I was struggling with that. I kind of fell behind, and I was basically scrambling to come up with a video that wasn't terrible. I've been kind of picking up on video production recently just because I've been cleaning out my warehouse and I've been finding stuff to tear down. I don't necessarily know what people think about my teardowns. I've seen some good positive feedback on them, which is nice. I try to stick to things that people aren't already doing, because if I make teardown videos, it's something that people are already doing, then that means I have to match their quality or better, which I don't really have the skills to do. Right now a lot of my videos I'm just recording with my smartphone, and then I'm either uploading that recording as is, or if it's clips, then I'll clip it together and do some really basic editing with Windows Video Maker, or Video Editor, or whatever. I forget what it's called, Windows 10, I don't pay attention. I don't really see like quality going up just because I don't have the time to invest right now to learn how to do it and do it better. The other channels that are doing it with just their iPhones, I don't know how that works, but I think a lot of that comes down to those people are more creative and energetic. So I'm not very creative. I just kind of like doing things the way they're done, and then, you know, that's how it is. But like I don't know how I could make this video more exciting. Maybe throw in a few electro boom moments in there, and or grab the soldering iron with my fingertips and solder. Do some soldering like that stock image of the lady with safety glasses on and then holding the hot part of the soldering iron. That'd actually be kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I have gotten better at making videos, which is nice, since I've basically been doing it for around a year now, I'd say, more seriously. I haven't taken the time to look back to see when I started doing the daily videos. I want to say that was probably back in like February or March of 2022, so yeah, I've just barely started to get into it and see how hard it is to make daily videos that are unique and not total garbage. But mostly I'm trying to stick with content that's computer and electronics related. You know, if I find something interesting, I might record it and upload it to YouTube. Much as I hate to say it right now, I'm mostly just kind of spray and pray, because most of my long format videos I do don't perform very well, and then The short ones that do, I don't really understand why. I don't understand what triggers them. I've been playing with a few different titles, styling, and how much I put descriptions in, and a few other things, but I'm not really smart enough or invested enough to figure that out when I have, theoretically at least, is a full-time job. But yeah, that's basically the plan though. I'm just kind of, much I hate saying it, just kind of keep crapping out content and see what happens. I feel like eventually there's going to be a point where something's just going to click and I'm really going to get into it. Ideally, the end goal would be to be able to do some level of monetization. I'm not purely in it for the money. Like, I mostly just want to do this for fun, because I already have things that I do for money, basically, that I hate. Which is primarily eBay, of course, but, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say there. I do enjoy making a lot of these videos. The teardown videos, I would basically be doing that stuff anyways, but I do kind of like the fact that I can share that with other people, because not everybody has a big pile of stuff that they can just tear apart for the fun of it, so that aspect of things is nice. Alrighty. I didn't really plan this video out. I just figured I'd ramble and make a cable. Hopefully. I don't know. Let's focus on this real quick, make sure I don't screw this up. So I need... two of these to be tied together. Use the negatives, yep. I'm really happy that the person who bought the first Tesla power cable I made for the R720 seems to be happy, at least. I don't know, I haven't heard any complaints, so hoping that's a good thing. I'm not a used car salesman like some people are, so I try to be, as fair as I can. Give people the product they expect. But what I'd really like to do is be able to make these brand new rather than using recycled computer parts. But I've looked at the prices of the connectors I would need, and it's just not financially feasible. So I'd have to buy the connectors and the crimp tool and a bunch of other stuff. I could still use, like, I can recycle this. This used versus this new it's all the same. I wouldn't need the smaller heat shrink. I'd still need the stuff with the glue inside of it to hold down the braiding. But yeah, I don't know. If the custom ones sell good enough, I might take a gamble and invest the money. Because basically what I would need to buy are the connectors and I guess the little crimp pins and then a crimping tool. The wires I'd probably just salvage out of used power supplies, to be honest, because a wire is a wire. As long as it's high enough gauge, that's all that matters. But I don't know, I guess, what kind of sales volume I would need to justify it. Plus, I have the feeling that if I start selling a bunch of these that are custom built and the right person in China notices, they're just going to start making them in China and selling them for like $5 each, and then it's like, well, that sucks for me. There's no money in it at that point. I think the one I custom built I sold for like $25–30, which I feel is fairly reasonable, because the one thing you're not going to get from China that you're going to get from me is I actually made sure that these are wired correctly, Because there's a lot of the ones I've seen that were being sold by vendors in China, like on Amazon and eBay, saying, "Oh yeah, this is R720 to Tesla," and you look at the wiring, and it's like the wiring's not correct. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Hopefully, it's not too big of a deal for the people that buy it. Hopefully, they don't like figure out the hard way that, oh well, I just blew up my server because this person who sold the cable doesn't know what they're talking about. It was definitely a concerted effort, to figure out how to make these. I think this cable here will be, gosh, I want to say it's the 6th one I made. The first 3 or 4 were terrible. I mean, they worked, but like the quality was just bad. The one I sold, I was fairly proud of. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it could have been better, but you know, with anything, there's always room for improvement. All right, first wire. Let's hope I get this right. Hopefully, the fan isn't coming through too loud. I have it at the lower setting. Not that I haven't breathed in my fair share of lead fumes over the years, but I'm pretending to care about my health. I think. I don't know. I'm told I need to exercise more. I spent the last 2 years through the pandemic basically day in, day out, scrambling to see how many laptops I can get together when people are buying them. But unfortunately, that's one of the other things I'm dealing with is now that things have kind of slowed down, I'm struggling because people aren't really buying laptops. Like, I think the only way I'm going to be able to sell laptops anymore with the way things are going is I just got to sell it for a lot less than it's actually worth. Because I have laptops that are competitively priced, but mine aren't selling, and I don't really pay too close attention to my competitors, but it doesn't seem like that there's a high traffic of those items. So that's been kind of depressing to deal with when I literally probably have a pile of like 300 laptops I need to go through. Although I don't know if I would count the oh geez, actually no, I might have 400 laptops to fix. I'm not going to count those T4, or not T460, L460s. Gosh, those laptops, I think as I said earlier, they're just terrible. I hate them. I hate working on them. I feel like that can be better. Alright, gravity's working against me here. There we go. Oh, I'm stupid. Shoot. I thought I had a black wire. Oh, nuts. And this is why I test these before I sell them. Problem is, it's gonna be hard to it's gonna be hard to fix. Dang it. Whoops. Measure once, cut 5 times, I think, something like that. I think that's the rule. I don't know how I messed that up. I wasn't paying attention. Too busy chit-chatting. Gotta get to work. Alright. There we go. Well, that's unfortunate. But I think it'll be fine. Yep, that'll work. I'm not going to bother with the extra flux because it shouldn't be necessary. Just need to add enough solder to this to catch that wire. This is one of the problems with making these out of used parts, because I have to pay attention to what wires are going where. So what I'd like to do is, on the, since the riser side is weird, I put the heat shrink on the wires and then that gives me an indication. This particular connector is kind of weird because the coloring is kind of off, but I'm just kind of rolling with it because I don't have a lot of these 8-pin connectors. A lot of the power supplies I get only have the APS 12 volt 4-pin connectors, so I have to kind of use what I have. But the keying is correct and the wiring's big enough to be satisfactory. I think these are, I forget now, I think they're 18 gauge, which should be plenty thick enough for the amount of distance and current involved. One of my current dreams with my business that I wish were possible but I know isn't, is it'd be nice to kind of just get rid of everything, like sell it and make money, even if it's not, you know, the maximum I can get out of stuff. Because I kind of like having all this stuff. It's fun, you know, being able to be like, oh well, I need 128 gigabytes of RAM. Oh look, I have 2800, or I have a couple terabytes of RAM in this filing cabinet here. Or oh, you know, today I'm bored. I want to build a crazy Optiplex 9010 gaming machine and see how fast I can make it go or whatever. Those are kind of bad examples. It's not stuff I like realistically do. Well, I did do that with the RAM in my server. I took it from 128 gig to 256 gig just because I could. But I don't know. That's one of the opportunities that I've enjoyed that my business gives me, is I have a little bit of everything. Especially when people are looking for some of these vintage computers. They'll say, oh yeah, do you have this Packard Bell such and such? And it's like, well, I don't have that exact model, but here's one that looks just like it. And the person's like, oh wow, look at that, you know? And it's like, yep, I'm a hoarder, but I'd like to think I have taste. Alrighty. Right now what I really need to be working on is cleaning out some of those laptops, because yeah, that is quite the problem. Just want to make sure, one other thing, I've screwed this up before. Oh good, the double went to I've had one where the heat shrink was on 2, but I accidentally split up the pair of wires. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's turned out good so far, as long as I don't make any more dumb mistakes and put wires where they don't belong. Luckily at this point, basically what I have left is all the plus 12 volt, so I don't want to do that. I think I'm going to do this one to this one. Let's double up the white wires instead. That'll be easier to manage. I want to try to tie 3 wires together to one. This is going to make a huge mess. I don't like this little yellow wire that they have added there. I don't know what that's for, if it's some sort of sense wire or what's up with that, but it's just annoying because it's one more wire I have to deal with that I shouldn't have to deal with. There we go. Yeah. See if we can back that up a little bit. There we are. Yeah, I don't know what'll happen with these cables. If they keep selling, I'm probably gonna consider making them more from new parts than I have been. Mostly meaning the connectors. Yeah, it'll be fine. I just have to think about, like, at what point, how many I'm selling, or how many I would have to sell for it to become worth it. That's the only tough part. And honestly, I kind of enjoy doing this more than I do selling like the refurbished laptops. It just, it kind of gets old over time. Mostly because of the fact that, like, a lot of these laptops anymore, they're just so poorly made. And it's just so irritating. Wondering, oh, why is this fingerprint reader showing up in the device manager's, what was the error? I think it was code 10 or whatever, device couldn't start basically. And I didn't know why. It took a lot of research, but basically you had to like clear something in the BIOS settings that had to do with the fingerprint reader. I think like maybe remembering fingerprints from the user. And it was just aggravating because it was the one laptop that did that, of course, and never seen that error before. Oh, and I got a bunch of T470s right now with batteries that won't take a charge, and I don't know why. I don't know if they're genuinely bad, or if they've sat discharged for so long that they just don't want to take a charge. Like the protection circuits are being annoying type of thing. So, yeah, I have to deal with that mess. Basically what I'm probably going to do is just put the mystery batteries in laptops, plug chargers into those laptops, and just let them sit for a week or two on charger and hope that those batteries magically come to life. Because I don't want to have to buy batteries. I hate buying laptop batteries because you can't find genuine ones for a good price, and I just don't trust the aftermarket ones. I know there's some good brands out there that make aftermarket, but those brands usually cost more, and I would rather buy a good, used, genuine battery than an aftermarket one I'm going to have to worry about, because even if that genuine, or that aftermarket battery comes with a warranty, I just feel like I can trust the genuine one more. Actually, I don't like that little blob I need to deal with. Oh, nuts. I screwed up. I can't fit this over the connectors, and I forgot to put it on. That's upsetting. I don't think I can fit this over the connectors. No. Well, I need to write myself down instructions on how to make these, that way I don't make that mistake ever again. If I had a pin extractor, I could extract these and back them out, but well, that sucks. That's basically the end of the video anyways. I'm gonna heat shrink this together and get it listed on eBay. But yeah, in summary, basically I don't know. Please subscribe, please watch my videos. Actually, I honestly don't care. If you don't subscribe, don't like my videos, you dislike them for all I care. It's whatever. It's nice having more subscribers, but I'm not gonna beg people. It's just stupid. So I don't know. Or that tangent was probably kind of pointless on its own. But either way. Well, the video was over, but I want to end it on a better note. I figured out how to solve my problem. So luckily, since I'm using these 4+4 connectors for the riser side, because double wide notch stops you from plugging the wrong end of the Tesla, I can split these apart. And then I slip one end over, And then kind of gets a little bit more challenging on this hand, but slip the other end over, put it back together, and yeah, I'm golden. So just want to end on a happy note. This won't be too big of a deal. I just have to, you can bunch it up, make it wider, and then it'll slip over. But anyways, thanks for watching.